Running a business means I wear lots of hats. Luckily, when it's time to put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn to make it easy. I can post a job for free or pay to promote it and get 3 times more qualified candidates. Imagine finding your next great hire in 24 hours. 86% of small businesses do. With LinkedIn, I can also easily share my job with my network. No other job site lets me do that. Post your free job at linkedin.com/achieve. That's linkedin.com/achieve. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
What did you use it for?
For pornographic use.
What do you mean?
Well, basically, he asked me to borrow the camera because he has a girlfriend that he wanted to record sexually in the camera. So since it's so little, he could hide it anywhere.
This is the plaintiff, Richard Rivera. He says he's been friends with the defendant since he was 4 years old, and the guy's like a brother to him. It's very hard for him to be suing him here today, but the guy crashed his motorcycle and won't pay for it to be repaired. The defendant needs to grow up, take responsibility for his actions, and also needs to pony up the $4,000 he's owed. This is the defendant, Alex Ayala. He says he admits the plaintiff's bike tipped over, but his one-time buddy is suing him for $4,000. The guy's turned a little scratch into an excuse to sue him for an entirely new bike. What kind of friend does that? A friend no more, that's who. He's accused of busting up a bike. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $579.97 for missing property.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas. Richard Rivera, you are suing your former good friend, I guess, Alex Ayala, for $4,000. You say your damages actually exceed that and are almost $7,000, but you want to cut him a break. Because according to you, he crashed your motorcycle. You have a counterclaim against him for a motorcycle camera that he's holding hostage. All right, what's going on?
Your Honor, I want to start by saying how the case ended up starting was that the defendant, Alex, came to me and asked if he could ride the bike. We spent some time together.
When you say bike, you're talking about a motorcycle.
Motorcycle, yeah.
Right, okay.
He hasn't rode a bike in a while, so he asked me if he could ride it to his house. I asked him, do you take responsibility? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem.
That actually happened? You said, do you take responsibility?
I always tell everybody,
I kind of don't admit it. Okay, he has responsibility. It doesn't matter whether he says it or not, but I never find that, like, really? People don't talk that way.
Yeah,
bro, go ahead, all right.
Believe it or not, I've actually loaned him plenty of stuff before. He done the same for me, and we always help each other out. So
you guys go way back, right?
Yeah, we go back
how way
about
back?
18 years.
Okay. So go on.
And after I told him that he could take the bike, sure, I took a ride with his friends and family.
In a car?
In his car.
Okay.
By the time we got to his house...
Which was how far away?
Approximately about, 15 minutes.
Okay.
When I got to his house, we all went inside. I saw the bike parked, but I didn't see it from the other side of the angle. I saw it from the left side of the bike. We went inside. We stood there for a while. I decided to leave early. I was tired. I got on my bike. When I went to park it in the lot, I noticed it was damaged on the right side of the bike.
What damage?
It was the fairing, the handle, the levers, the exhaust, the tank. I quickly called him up. He didn't answer. I continued. calling him. He wasn't answering. I messaged him on Facebook. He answered me, I guess, like 2 days after. This happened in July, mid-July. But after he
Wait, he answered you 2 days later saying what?
That he did fall off the bike, and he admitted to me. He told me.
Wait, why didn't he tell you at the house?
He said, and he also actually wrote it, that he guessed he was too nervous. He thought I was gonna actually.
According to you, you talked to him at the house?
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed when I spoke to him in the house, I noticed he was bruised up, but I didn't think it was from the bike.
No, he has your bike and he's all bruised up, and you don't think that it's from. And wait, rocket scientist, look at me. Was he bruised up at the beach?
No.
And then was he bruised up at the house?
I guess he probably fell
and then
like in
the
the
only
house or
thing,
something.
but you just figured he was walking and he doesn't walk much, so he
well,
tripped.
he was drinking at the house, so I figured he must have tripped or
Let
something.
me see the Facebook post or whatever you said he.
Bless you.
Bless you.
That means it's going to be a long winter.
Yeah. Like a groundhog. Listen, I didn't crash a bike. You remember what happened to me with the scooter? I drop it because the sand well, I was waiting for a mecanico. When I seen him, I started to go, but I could reach the floor. I think he meant couldn't reach the floor. So I leaned it to the side, didn't go no faster than 2 miles per hour. I was going OD slow. Don't worry, I got
really
you.
slow.
What?
That OD means really slow, like exaggerating slow.
And I tried telling you, but remember when I called you to the bathroom, but it looked like you was in a rush to leave. That when I told you the keys is in the keychain thing. How's that you telling him, hey man, I'm really sorry. I mean, how do you figure that that's what you just testified to under oath in front of me?
Basically, everything is true what he said.
Can you answer my question?
Okay.
I know it's uncomfortable, but that's my question.
Okay.
What's your answer?
I don't have no.
Right. I mean, who am I going to believe? You were my lion eyes? I mean, he told you, he said before you said, oh yeah, I told him. You heard him say that he had your Facebook, but you wrote this. Mm-hmm. But how old are you?
32.
Okay, so you understand that when you write stuff, it doesn't go away, right? Like somebody's taught you that, right? Like you know that, so why would you lie to me and tell me you told him? It's clear you didn't tell him. So in any event, you then, do you ever go get an estimate for the damages?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
But why you give me such a bloated estimate? You know, he says, oh, that's your friend at the shop. And I gotta tell you, it looks like it's on steroids because your bike isn't worth the amount that you claim is in damages for just the car, because it's not even a bike crash. It's not a motorcycle crash. It's he leans it over because he's too little
I'm too
for
small,
the bike.
yeah.
Right, then don't take it, you know, and don't give it to him, you know, but so how could it possibly be $7,000 worth of damage?
A car is worth more than a motorcycle, but when it comes to parts, a motorcycle
No, I'm talking about the public value of your motorcycle.
The value when it comes down to it, it's, I have here the actual written...
Is the guy at the motorcycle shop a friend of yours?
No, this is actually a dealership.
What makes you think that's a friend of his?
Why he said that's
Do
not...
you hear with me when I talk?
Yes.
Okay. You're not just waiting for me to stop talking for you to talk, right? Why do you say in your answer to the complaint that the guy who gave him the estimate is a friend of his? Do you know that for a fact, or are you guessing it?
No, I know that for a fact.
How do you know that for a fact?
Because he done it for me.
Who did what for you?
He makes falsified paperwork.
Who does?
A person that he knows.
This same person?
I don't know if it's the same person. I don't know.
Explain yourself.
Basically, he tells somebody, oh, make me a fake receipt. You understand?
Okay. Who did it for you?
The same person who did it for him.
How do you know it's the same person?
I'm not sure if it was him or not.
Then why do you say it's the same person?
I'm just assuming.
When did you have a need for a falsified receipt?
No comment on that.
No, you have to have a comment. You have to have a comment. I'm asking you, and you're under oath. You have to answer.
I don't remember what I used it for.
Yeah, you do. What was it you needed it for?
I don't remember.
Did you make an insurance claim?
No.
Then what was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do. This is affecting your credibility in my courtroom.
Oh.
So why don't you just tell me? Because you already said that you falsified.
To be honest, I don't remember.
No, that's not being honest. You know that's not honest. You know you're a big fat liar right now. What was it you needed a falsified receipt for?
I don't remember, to be honest.
What did he need a falsified receipt for?
I don't recall
remember
any of that ever happening, to be honest.
No, why don't both of you be honest?
No, I'm being...
How's that? Why don't you try that on for size?
I don't know. I know someone who works with Photoshop. Maybe that's what he's trying to tell me or tell you. But honestly...
That what, that Photoshop exists? I don't think that's what he's trying to tell me.
No. I'm saying when it comes to like
Was there
maybe...
ever a discussion between the two of you on any text or Facebook page about how much the damages would cost before today?
I have a evidence that he sent me part numbers to order for him.
Right.
So I can buy it.
Right.
I got it right here.
And how much is that total to?
Less than $1,000.
Okay, and what was your response to that?
I needed the camera. Because he has a camera of mine.
What camera of yours does he have?
A GoPro Hero 3.
What is that?
That's for the motorcycle. You put in your helmet and you record when you're riding.
Okay, do you have it here?
Yes, I do.
Is there any other part to it besides that?
No, that's it. The one piece that I don't have for the camera is the memory card, which I take responsibility for that.
The what?
The memory card, the SIM card, I think, the memory card. The SD card, I'm sorry.
Why don't you have the SD card?
Because I used it to take out the pictures for my laptop, but I don't remember why I
According to
put
you,
it.
he used it for something else, didn't he?
Yes.
What did he use it for?
For pornographic use.
What do you mean?
Well, basically, he asked me to borrow the camera because he has a girlfriend that he wanted to record sexually in the camera. So since it's so little, he could hide it anywhere. So
And that was okay with you?
I didn't know what he was gonna do with the camera until I seen it.
No, let me explain something to you.
I didn't know what he was gonna do with the camera until I seen it.
He said what he was going to do with the camera. He said he was going to unknowingly tape a girl having sex with him. Do you have a sister?
Yes.
Do you have a daughter?
Yes.
I don't think it's funny.
I'm not laughing.
Well, you were. You thought it was funny. She thought. Who are they?
My witnesses.
They think it's funny. Everybody thinks it's funny. I don't think it's funny. I think it's a felony. And I don't think it's funny. And you were just as complicit in it as he was, if that's what you loaned it to him for.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So the question, you've known him since 4, he wrecks your motorcycle and won't pay. Would you sue him?
No.
Why?
Human relationships are too important.
Not important enough to him. He stiffed you.
Yeah, but
You're thinking about it. What do you think?
I don't know. It's tough.
He's disrespecting you by not paying, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would try every other option before I sued him.
Would you sue him? Oh, she's saying yes. Okay, what do you think?
no, I wouldn't.
Really?
Family is more important.
It's not family, he's just a friend.
Oh, almost like family.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got sucker written on you going inside the courtroom.
Show me the text where he gives you a list of parts.
I also have a
Do you have pictures of the damage?
Yes, I do.
May I see them? Again, I ask you, how can there be $7,000 worth of damage by a bike leaning on its side?
Also, that's what he tells me, that he laid it down. On top of that, from the pictures you can see, there's scrape lines. There's only one possible way you could get those scrape lines, by doing minimum 25 to 30 miles an hour.
When did you become an expert in this?
I've fallen from bikes before, and I know what's the difference between leaning a bike and actually falling while in movement. The reason also the damage that's came up so high up is also because it has high performance street parts, as in it don't have the stock parts. I have also another bike that was actually posted on Craigslist. This is a complete stock bike, same as mine's. The only difference is that I have the high performance parts, this one doesn't, and the guy's asking $9,000 for it. So, you know, bikes are expensive.
Yeah, bikes are expensive. That's why you
Just
shouldn't
for-
loan them to somebody who's too small to ride your big bike.
He never let me down on before, Your Honor. He always been responsible for everything. I've always looked out for him.
One of the
and-
reasons that you say I'm not, why do you feel like it's wrong of him to want you to pay? Because you've paid zero. Why do you feel like it's wrong for him
Because
to?
prior to that, like 3 weeks before he crashed the bike, he had crashed that bike. So for me, I'm thinking he's kind of suing for what I did to the bike and what he did to the bike.
Did you crash a bike 3 weeks before
Your
that?
Honor, I fell from the bike on the left side, but it clearly states on the estimate it's all right side parts.
I think your estimate is still inflated. And you know what happens when you do that to me? You leave me to my own resources to figure out what I think is fair. And you may not like that. No.
I'm pretty sure I won't.
No, you're right. So instead of being greedy pig, maybe what you should do is have a few estimates, not just one that says that your repairs are more than your bike is worth, but actually, like a legitimate estimate.
My bike is worth way more than that. I even paid more than that. Plus, for the parts that I ended up buying out of my own pocket to put it on that he damaged.
Okay. Here is the camera that the two of you used to tape unsuspecting women, which what I'd like to do is this.
That's not true, y'all.
Yeah, okay, just give it to him. Who was he? Was it his girlfriend? Did he send it to you? I can't hear you.
No. He brought it to the house with a SIM card and he put it in the computer.
Stop talking. And what?
He brought the camera.
So that you could see it? Yeah. And was that his girlfriend or another girl?
So you can see it.
Not his girlfriend. There's a regular girl he dated.
Wait, oh, right, but he wasn't cheating on him. Like, it wasn't like he's...
No.
Right, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
At least I'm not 32 and living with my mother.
Okay, you know what? You guys can do that on your own time, which apparently you have a lot of, but not on my time. All right? I'm going to find in favor of the plaintiff in this case, not in the amount that he's suing for, but in the amount that I deem to be a little what, Douglas?
We're going to do a little rough justice, Your Honor.
That's right. On the counterclaim 0, because you now have your piece back, except for, actually, on the counterclaim $100 because of the SIM card. And on his claim against you, I am going to find in his favor in the amount of $1,750. Minus the $100 is $1,650. Verdict for the plaintiff. That's my judgment.
Hold on, please.
All right, so come on out here and tell me what's the state of affairs now after this verdict?
I guess we could still remain friends after this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys are going to go out tonight?
No. Not at all.
No?
No.
Well, you've been friends for how long?
Like 20 years.
Mm-hmm. So how did it wind up like this? How did two friends wind up in court?
Him being greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you know what the judge said. He's being greedy. $7,000. That's a new bike.
Yeah. Okay. All right, you just head right down this way. Let's see what the plaintiff has to say about this. All right, you sued for a lot more than you got, and you come out with something.
I mean, I'm going to try to do my best to cover up the damages with what I got. But honestly, I hope to salvage some type of relationship because I still love him as a brother.
Yeah, you guys have been together since you were little kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so this is just a little bump in the road for the two of you?
I hope we could get along, get past this, and move on.
Of course. He wants to borrow your bike next time. You say what?
That's not going to happen.
Really?
Definitely not.
Okay. Harvey?
All right. Well, look, the plaintiff won this case, but I got to tell you, he was on the ropes because once you start phonying evidence, your credibility generally gets impaired. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
The who's down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
We find Vecna, we end this once and for all, together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 2, begins December 25th, only on Netflix.
This is the plaintiff, Noreen Rusido. She says she had her property staked by a land surveyor because she was installing a fence, and her neighbor took it upon himself to remove the stakes. She needs to know exactly where the boundary lines are before she puts up her fence, has had it with her crazy neighbor, and is suing him for $854, the cost of a new surveyor. This is the defendant, Thomas just said. He says his neighbor's gone mad because she put up a fence, and once it was up, he removed the wooden stakes, which were on his side of the fence. All of a sudden, he gets a letter saying he's being sued for removing the stakes, which were on his property. He immediately replaced the stakes in the same holes they were removed from, but that's not good enough for his kooky neighbor. So here they are. He's accused of staking his claim.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says her neighbor, the defendant, screwed up her plan to put up a fence. But the defendant says she's crazy and she trespassed on his property to boot. It's the case of please fence me in.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Okay, Noreen
Rosito,
you are suing your neighbor Thomas Jassett for $854, the cost of legal fees plus a survey that you conducted on your property line because, according to you, he intentionally pulled out the markers dividing your property lines. Tell me what happened here.
I originally decided to have the property surveyed because my neighbor burns. And it fills
He does what?
He burns, like leaves and things.
Okay.
And it was filling my house with smoke. And I thought if I put a fence up, it would like elevate the smoke a little bit, plus push it back where he was burning from. So I had the property surveyed in August. I went over in August and told him if he could please get any of his property off my yard. I gave him 6 weeks to do it, that I would be putting up a fence.
Because he had property on your yard?
He did have some property.
How much
on my
property
yard.
was on your yard?
Maybe a truckload.
A lot of property.
Well, he had some wood and things that had been cut down.
Okay. So did he get it out in the time you requested?
No, he didn't. We had the fence put up in October. The survey was done in August. I asked 6 weeks to have the property removed because we had to pick out the fence and order it. And so we ordered it, and it was installed. And the day it was installed...
Who moved all the stuff then?
Mr. Jassett did come over after the fence was installed, stating that he had had surgery and he hadn't had a chance to remove his things. I was just going to remove it, just have it thrown out. At that point, the fence is up. He hadn't removed it. He hadn't contacted me. So he asked if he could remove it still, and I told him he could. Just please have it all off the property by the end of the day.
Okay.
Which he didn't. My husband had to go over and ask him to please finish moving things.
Okay.
After, that was like October. So after Thanksgiving, my son had been home with his girlfriend from Texas. And we went out, and when we went out, that was the first time I saw it, that I noticed the stakes were gone, because it's winter, I don't go out.
So what happened? You had stakes in the ground marking your property?
The survey stakes that the surveyor put up.
All right, and it cost you $800 to get the survey?
Yes, ma'am.
And he had pulled up the stakes?
Yes.
All right, what kind of stakes were they?
They're wooden stakes with an orange chip on the top of them.
Okay, what happened?
Most of that is true, except I didn't get a deadline as to when she was actually going to do it. She came over to me. I never had met her.
Sounds like from August to October. I mean, that's, you know.
Okay, so
maybe you should get around to it, you know.
The wood I moved it was just firewood. So I moved the firewood and stuff.
Did you pull out the stakes?
I did pull the stakes out.
All right. Come on over here and show me where on this diagram the stakes would have been.
After the fence was installed, the markers were like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, why did you pull the markers out?
Well, the fence was up. I have kids, my neighbors, everybody plays in the yard. They were sticking up about 10 inches.
They're wooden.
I have pictures if you want.
Yeah, let me see the pictures.
Do you want him to go back? No, you want him to stay here. Okay, you can step back. Thank you.
Can I just also point something out? He not only pulled out the markers on his side of the property, he also pulled out the markers on my other neighbor's property. So where it makes
Did you pull out the markers on the other?
That's not true. I have pictures of everything.
What do you mean you have pictures of everything?
I took pictures of all the markers that I removed and then put back, and then I took pictures of all the markers that are still in place on either side of the abutters.
Okay, these are...
Where did you get the impression he pulled the neighbor's markers?
Because...
The neighbor told you that?
I have pictures.
No, you have pictures of them pulled. How do you know he pulled them?
Because I have pictures of all of them sticking out of his wood pile. Oh. When he pulled them out, he put them in his wood pile.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, that's the before. Mm-hmm. That's the backyard. That's his property.
Why are they all in your wood pile?
And that's my neighbor's
I just pulled
property.
them I pulled them out and I just laid them down.
But the ones from your neighbor too?
No, you can see I only took out 4 stakes, and the 4 stakes are right back where they were.
So if she has a picture of more than 4 stakes?
I would be really surprised at that.
Do you have a picture of more than 4 stakes? I just see the little bit of
Right,
red.
but can I show
And this
you
is-
on
this
the
is the other one that
diagram?
was-
No,
that
can
was
you show me
sticking
in the
out.
picture
I
of more
can't.
than
All the
4
pictures.
stakes?
Can I? You want me to come up there?
Yeah, but I'm
Hold on a
just, I don't know that the picture's going to show it. What's a person on his side of the fence supposed to do with the danger that a stake of wood popping out of the ground presents when you have children who may be running around? I understand that's your property, but you also have an obligation, not to have, an attractive nuisance or something dangerous that, especially because it's this side of the fence. You have a right to build the fence wherever the heck you want. If you wanted to build it in the halfway mark, you could. And this is still your property. And this marks your property. But this is a stake that's protruding out of the ground a good 2 feet. And the chances are that whatever kids are running in the yard are not going to quite understand the significance of that before they get their eye poked out. It just seems kind of wrong that this type of marker, not a marker, this type of marker. Because there are other markers. This is temporary when they shove the orange wood in there. There are other types of permanent markers that you can put in that are flat to the ground, so they don't pose a danger for anybody else.
Right, and again, as far as when this all happened, I was so flabbergasted. And I had told my other neighbor, again, we've gone from October, we're into December now. The weather has turned, there is snow on the ground. I had told my other neighbor that in the spring, I was gonna have them cut down and either leave like a 2-inch high with still the orange top so we don't run over them with our lawnmowers or something flat put in the ground. Mr. Jassett never gave me that opportunity to present him with that. He just
What do you mean he didn't give you that opportunity?
He just pulled them out. He never came over and said to me, look, I think these pose a hazard.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but my question's a little bit different. It's you're putting the onus on him to, and that would have been wiser, of course, before you go around yanking people's stakes, to demand that they do something about the danger that it presents and give her a chance to do that the same way she gave you a chance to correct all the things you were doing wrong, but just yanking them all out. And why are you suing for $854 when I see a receipt from your survey people saying that it'll only cost $100 and something to...
It's $300 to have it resurveyed. Because originally, ma'am, you have to understand, I have been...
Because you hate him?
So why do next door neighbors have so many feuds?
Because people are nosy by nature and get into each other's business.
Okay, I get nosy, but why do they get angry?
You're never that close with anybody you don't choose like you are with your neighbors.
And what is it? And it's just I get it. It's proximity going inside the courtroom.
What is the reason? The legal
Because I was very upset.
Okay, so because you're upset, you get to sue for 3 times what you're entitled to?
Originally, I didn't, again, it was a heated thing. It cost me $800. I want my money. Where's
the receipt? Show me the receipt that I'm referring to. Oh, it was an email, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I emailed the surveyor and asked him to have this redone. How much would it be? I understand you can't make me better. You can only make me whole. So again,
apparently you watch people's court.
I do, and common sense and my temper have come down from that original. I can't believe you.
When did you file the lawsuit?
December 4th, I believe.
Okay, so you emailed them after you had filed the lawsuit.
I did.
Yeah, that's right.
Temper,
That's right.
like I said.
Okay, got it. Tell me why that is unreasonable to ask you to pay $300 to have them reinstall markers, assuming that the markers are appropriate for long-term preservation.
What I think is that the ones that I had taken out, the day that I got the letter from the court saying that I had to go to court, I immediately walked outside. I was able to actually see the holes that the stakes were in because I just pulled them out. I have pictures of them.
Really?
Yeah, I have pictures of them. They're right there. You can look at them. And
Show me the pictures.
Show
where
all the
you can tell with all these leaves and decay and everything else.
Well, there was orange spray paint still right on the ground.
By the way, what is this? Because this is not what's in the picture.
That was the one steel rod that was on the corner that I did not put back in that was sticking up out of the ground. There's a corner picture there of a lot line.
Are you saying corner?
Corner?
Yes.
Yes.
You're saying corner. Okay, I got it. I wasn't sure what you're saying. I'm sorry. All right. you have a right to be upset about the stakes, or maybe not upset, to want to have some remedy to these stakes coming out. But there's so many remedies I can think of short of you erasing the survey. You could have cut them down yourself. You could have asked her to cut them down and given her a chance to do so. You could have called the city. There's so many things you could have done. And what you just did was boom, 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 and then just remove them and erase the things she paid almost $1,000 for. And it's not like you don't know their survey markers. They're all marked with the word survey markers. Like, I don't think you have respect for the sanctity of the survey marker. And there's a law that says that, you can't just pull out somebody's survey markers. But I also believe that her rights end where your rights begin. And that had you done this the right way, you could have had those things removed. But had you done it the right way, she wouldn't be out the survey. I'm going to order you to pay the $300 that it's going to cost to get it right by the official people, not by you shoving it into where you think the hole was. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
All right, so the plaintiff has collected not everything she sued for. You're the defendant on this case, and you come out on the losing end.
Yeah, well, you know what? She was right. I probably should have went over and talked to her first, but I didn't. And
if you had it to do over, what would you? How would you proceed?
I would go over and talk to her and see if we could, cut them down, like she said, or remark them. But that was the right thing to do.
All right. So how's the temperature there in the neighborhood there? Peace in the valley?
That's great.
Between the two of you?
I'm good. I have no problems.
Right. You see her outside. What do you say to her?
Hello.
And she says hello back to you?
Sure. Why not?
All right. Okay. Good. All right. That's the way we like it.
Thank
right
you.
Down that way. All right. So no hard feelings on your side?
No, not at all. Not at all. I just, wanted to be put right. If we ever sell the property, we need to know where the line is.
Right. Well, you didn't get everything you sued for.
Well, no, but again, cooler heads prevailed. I did, say how much would it really cost to have it done? So it was original versus how much it would cost, and I gave them that figure, so I'm good with it.
All right. So you know where your fence is now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Harvey?
I got to tell you, the more you live, the more you realize it's so stupid to get in these feuds. What you do is you be the bigger person, you go next door, you sit down and you say, look, we're both at fault here. Let's sit down, figure out how to get along. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Hey, the vibes are slipping. I think it's time to bring out the Velveeta shells and cheese. The holidays are a time to go all in on indulgence. Headline your meals with the rich, creamy meltiness of Velveeta shells and cheese and satisfy your holiday cravings like no other. Bring that main course energy to your side dish. Celebrate extra with Velveeta these holidays.
This is the plaintiff, Greg Travers. He says his lousy landlord, the defendant, refuses to return a security deposit due to the so-called cleaning fees he needed to get the apartment in shape after he moved out. The defendant thinks he can just skirt the law and do whatever he pleases and get away with it. But he's here to teach him a lesson and get the $595.50 he's owed. This is the defendant, Hugh Thresher. He says the apartment was certainly not cleaned to his satisfaction, and he has every legal right to withhold the guy's security. All his policies are clearly stated in the lease. He followed all the proper procedures, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of keeping a tenant's money.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says his landlord hijacked his security for no good reason, but the defendant says both the plaintiff and the apartment were unclean. It's the case of Mr. Unclean.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Greg Travers, you are suing Hugh Thresher for $595.50 in security deposit plus interest plus lawyer's fees because according to you, he's wrongfully keeping, your former landlord is wrongfully keeping some of your security deposit. Talk to me. What happened?
Well, on December 1st, 2010, I moved in, and on April 30th, 2013, I vacated the apartment, and I waited about until May 24th until Hugh sent part of my security deposit back.
Okay, and did you get that along with a letter?
I did.
Okay, do we have a copy of the letter?
I do.
All right. So what is the reason that you kept part of the security deposit? How much did you keep? 495.50?
Yes.
Why?
Essentially, the plaintiff signed a lease addendum in addition to the lease, which stipulated an agreed-upon amount, which would be go towards cleaning at the conclusion of the time that the tenant was there and when the tenant moved out.
Regardless of how clean the place is?
Yes.
Okay, what is this paragraph purporting to say? That it's $195 for carpet cleaning and $195 for cleaning?
Yes, it is.
If applicable.
Let's see. The tenant agrees to steam clean carpets if applicable upon departure and show receipt of payment confirming the carpet was cleaned. The tenant agrees to pay $195 for carpet cleaning if no receipt is provided to landlord. And you want me to interpret that to mean if applicable, meaning if it's dirty. And I presume you want me to interpret that to mean if applicable, meaning there's carpeting.
If there's carpeting, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one disagreement that the two of you have. And you also did a little legal research into this, and
Yes,
according
ma'am.
to you, there's something you want to show me that says that he can't even put this in a lease.
Yes, ma'am. I went to a attorney and basically showed him the lease, and I just asked, is this legal? Can he do this? And
What'd you think when you signed the thing? Just out of curiosity.
I didn't
Didn't
like
bother
it.
you until it actually applied?
I didn't like it, but I didn't really think I'd have trouble collecting my security deposit because in the past I never had problems.
Okay, but even if you had determined if applicable to mean if dirty, the second $195 in that clause basically says you're paying me $195 as an exit fee. You
Right.
know, it basically says that's what you're paying to clean the apartment. So that part, why didn't that part bother you when you signed it?
Well, it did, but I also found out from my attorney that there is a case law act that the Attorney General said that you can't put a clause in a lease for a cleaning fee.
There is an opinion by the Attorney General back in 1980, which I'm going to look into now, that says that you can't deduct for cleaning if it was clean. Is there any question that it was clean? Like, in other words, are you actually saying that the place was dirty?
I'm not saying that it was dirty. I'm saying cleanliness is a personal taste
Right,
item.
but I just want to know if this is up for grabs in this case as well. Are you saying?
I'm saying the apartment does need to be cleaned. It needs to be freshened up. It needs to have Febreze put in the carpets.
Okay, do you
It
have
needs
any
to air
pictures of problems of how he left it?
No, I don't. I just go in and I send in a cleaning crew to go in and clean, and there's
Okay, how did you do your calculations?
Okay, I took $195 for the
Right.
to clean the apartment, $195 for a cleaning, steam carpet cleaning, and I think after 2.5 years of living in an apartment, I think it's reasonable to expect the carpet would have needed to be steam cleaned. And then I withheld a late fee for a payment that was made in February of 2013.
All right, and what is the late fee that you were charging?
It's a 10% late fee, $105.50.
And why were you late then?
Do you remember the blizzard we had?
No, baby, I live in Miami, Florida. Y'all were probably complaining about it to me on the telephone, but I was out there sunbathing and I couldn't really hear it over the. All right, yeah, I kind of do. But what happened?
In February, we got nailed with 3.5 feet of snow.
Right.
I sent an email to Hugh, just basically asking him, would it be okay to pay rent when I was able? There are roads like Main Streets that even haven't been plowed.
Right, but that means he's not responsible for that.
No, I'm not saying that,
Right.
but I had no way to pay rent. I had no way to get to the bank to pay rent.
You don't have a checkbook? Isn't that how you normally pay rent?
I write a check, I go to the bank, deposit in his account.
Okay.
But
Could you just mail it?
No, I go to the bank and I deposit it.
I know that's what you do, but couldn't you just this time mail it?
It was just a couple of days before the blizzard.
Okay. What did he respond to that email?
He did.
And what did he say?
He just basically said, be safe, do your best, let me know when payment is made. So I believe that
Let me see the response. Okay. Your response is, thanks, be safe, and do the best you can. Please confirm payment when you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
So then why, when the guy moves out 2 or 3 months later, are you for the first time bringing up a late fee?
I'm not bringing it up the first time. The rent was due on the first.
I don't want to hear your argument. I want to hear why you're bringing it up now. You say it's not the first time. Have you brought it up before then? Because the response I see kind of leads him to believe like you're not gonna be a jerk about it.
Well,
and because it's a snowstorm and it's 2 days and it's kind of. For you to bring it up for the first time, so correct me if I'm wrong when I say that, for you to insist on the late payment for the first time after the guy moves out 3 months later seems kind of, So did you bring it up in those 3 months?
No, he moved out 2 months later.
All right, court's in recess.
All rise. Okay, so if applicable, does that mean if it's dirty or if there's carpeting? Somebody told me you're a lawyer. I have no idea what you're going to say. What do you think?
I think it's when it's dirty, because if applicable means there are times when it's not applicable, so it's pursued.
Well, it's not applicable when there's no carpet.
Well, true, but you wouldn't have to you wouldn't have to steam a carpet.
Two lawyers are never going to solve anything in this amount of time going inside the courtroom.
Thanks, guys. Have a seat, please.
Okay. Here's how I see it. Number one, I understand you went out and found a lawyer, and your lawyer sent a letter attaching an attorney general opinion, which is not binding on me. Talking about how you can't charge a cleaning fee. I don't even know why the Attorney General would get involved in that. Be that as it may, it's 30 years old, okay? And I have found nothing in the case law to reflect such a thing. And I'm sure your lawyer told you that as well. There is not a single case that says that you cannot charge a cleaning fee. That being the case, and case law is what binds me, I'm looking at this fresh. And the question I have in my mind is, when two grown people enter into an agreement, should I enforce it? And my inclination is yes. The agreement that you entered into was that the carpets, if applicable, and that doesn't mean the carpets if they're dirty. To me, that means the carpets if they're carpets. You will have to do that. So I find that the $390 is appropriate. I, however, do not find that the $105.50 is appropriate. Landlords have to be very careful. Because if you have the right to enforce something and you don't, it might be considered waived. Now, every good lease has what's called an anti-waiver provision, and your lease has it, which says, don't assume because I don't charge you a late fee that I'm waiving it. I hereby reserve my right to charge you whatever, to enforce